Hello.
Hello, hello.
How you doing?
Very good, very good. Welcome to Rainy and Ray.
We're talking freely every day.
All the time.
Yep. All right. Well, today we were going to be talking about the truth about Neverland. All the conspiracy theories and all the I don't really know how to put it into words and what Michael Jackson went through. And now that the Epstein files have come out and all this stuff, things are starting to come to light. And maybe Michael Jackson was innocent all along. And because he knew too much, they killed him. That's what I think.
And remember, he started very young also in the show business, very young, was totally
Hmm.
controlled by his father and the industry. So as he got older and found his voice and started to protect younger kids and say what really happened, of course, they're going to say he did something wrong. Of course, they're going to turn the script around and make it look like he's the one that's guilty. Keep
Hmm.
their secret or else.
Yeah, it's really sad. Um, yeah, he lived in a very strict upbringing by his father. And I guess growing up, in an interview I saw, like he wasn't allowed to call his dad dad. I mean, most people just call their parents mom, dad, whatever. His dad only wanted them to call him Joe.
Hmm.
Yeah. And he was very abusive and, you know, so Michael didn't really have a great upbringing, I guess. And he never got to live a childhood. And so as he got older, and that's when he bought the ranch that he had and turned it into Neverland so that kids would have a safe place to go to. And he was accused of many things, um, which I believe it was Macaulay Culkin that was said um, that he had slept with Michael Jackson. But then I hear that he didn't sleep in the same bed as him, that Michael Jackson had like other beds or whatever in the room or something. I don't know exactly. I would have to go do more searching on this, which um, could lead into a part two of this, just in this topic alone, because I think there's a lot more to dig up on this whole subject on Michael and the all the people that may have been affected by all this too. And also, I had heard that people were being offered money to say that he did things to them, and so him to go to court and all that stuff and go, I don't know if it was a trial or what. I didn't really follow that whole thing way back then, but I personally never believed that he was guilty. I think just deep down, I really wanted to believe that he was innocent. I really like Michael Jackson. I liked his music, and yeah, it's just sad that all the stuff that he had endured in his lifetime.
I think also it's interesting that the people that claimed he did do something were not um, in the limelight as the people that were like Macaulay Culkin and Corey Feldman. They were kind of the it kids at the time. So Michael took them under his wing and had them at the ranch. And to this day, they are grown men with children, and they will not say that he did anything. They say the exact opposite.
Right.
So I find that to be very telling. And I think that, we're starting to learn what these kids, both of them and Michael, grew up in the industry, and they were harmed by many people, whether
Mhm.
it be emotionally or just losing your childhood or people using you to pay the rent, things like that. But to see that they are now still in the industry, but they actually, bless them, have families and children, and they are not coming out against him. They are
Mhm.
standing by what they said is the truth. And I find that refreshing.
Mhm. Well, let's start off with Corey Feldman. I don't have anything on Macaulay Culkin, but like I said, I think just what we have today, we'll start with and then go from there.
Okay.
Why are you sitting down talking to me? Why aren't you sitting down with the police right now?
I've told the police. In fact, if anybody wants to go back to 1993 when I was interviewed by the Santa Barbara Police Department, I sat there and I gave them the names. They're on record. They have all of this information, but they were scanning Michael Jackson. All they cared about was trying to find something on Michael Jackson.
You said, by the way, did not abuse you.
Who Michael was innocent, and that was what the interview was about with the police in 1993. I told them he is not that guy, and they said, well, maybe you just don't understand your friend. And I said, no, I know the difference between pedophiles and somebody who's not a pedophile because I've been molested. Here's the names. Go investigate. And let me push this forward. There are thousands of people in Hollywood who have this same information. Why is it all on me? Why is it if I don't release the names in the next 2 months, 6 months, or a year, I'm the bad guy? I'm the victim here. I'm the one who's been abused. I'm the one who's trying to come forward and do something about it.
But
there are, hold on, please, I'm sorry. There are thousands of people out there, Matt, who have this information. Any one of those child actors that went to the teenage soda pop clubs with me when I was a kid know who those people are and the people who ran it. Anybody can go back through history and look at the teen magazines and say, what was the name of that venue they were all promoting and who ran that venue and who endorsed it?
You've said you've had death threats.
Yes.
Because you have this information
Yes.
and have threatened to expose it. Another reason I think to go to police, that's a crime to threaten someone's life.
I've gone to the police with that as well.
And what would be wrong with going to the police now again? Didn't work out in Santa Barbara.
There's a statute of limitations, Matt, in the state of California, which protects people. It's not that way in New York. It's that way only where the movie industry is, conveniently enough, in California. That's the seriousness of this. You cannot, because if I were to go to the police, I would be the one who's getting sued. Henceforth, I need a team of lawyers and I need a team of security to be around me at all times to keep me safe so I can get this message done.
Real
I'm not playing around. It's serious stuff, and I vow I will release every single name that I have any knowledge of, period. And nobody's going to stop me this time, as long as people support this.
Mm. Man, that was like very powerful.
Yeah, interesting. The snarkiness coming from Matt Lauer,
Mhm.
Mr. Abuser himself, quite wasn't very sensitive talking to a victim.
Mhm.
Very,
it-
very
you know-
snotty and mocking.
And I think that's what Corey actually went through a lot with trying to express all the stuff that had happened. I mean, he's been trying to tell his side of the story and or what had happened to him for so many years, and only to be brushed off just like Matt Lauer did to him. It was just
Yeah.
like, yeah, whatever, no one believes you, you're just making all this stuff up, and sadly, you know, I do believe him, and with the passion that he expressed, so much passion in that what he was saying on that show, and, it makes me sad that he went through all that, and it's sad that he's not the only one that's been going through all of that. So many other people have also been a victim of being SA'd on the shows that they have worked on, you know? And we could go into some other names, just being victimized like he was.
Amanda
Um,
Bynes.
yep.
Look
And
at how she's doing. You know what is very upsetting to me about the thing with Corey Feldman is when you look back, he started out when he was like 3 or something. I don't remember exactly what he was on, but I do remember he was in the Bad News Bears or something like that. Remember it was such a
mhm.
cute little 70s. And he's our age, and he was an adorable little kid, and he did good shows and in movies. Some were silly, some were great though. He did the Goonies and what was this vampire movie? I can't even think. The Lost
Oh,
Boys.
the Lost Boys, that's my favorite.
Amazing. It's still amazing to this day. And
Mhm.
he was wonderful. And yeah, he got really quirky. And he did some weird things like his show, Corey's Angels or whatever, that just goofy stuff to make money and to be, stay relevant or whatever. But he is in pain and he's playing his music and doing his thing. And I love that he's still out there and he's doing those things and he didn't let them destroy him, which they try to. And then
Yeah. Oh,
they
people
go,
still do. But
yeah,
I think more and more people are starting to come around because I did have noticed, like, there's still those people that are hating on him, but then there are people that are like, "You know what? He's out there doing his thing. He's doing what he loves." And it's like just because he's dressing up like, resembling Michael Jackson and doing the little dance moves and whatever, who cares? You
he did
know,
that in the 80s, though. That was his thing in the 80s. And everyone says what their 80s thing. I was just telling my husband that Brent Michaels is coming to play at this venue down the street. And then, of course, he's featuring his 80s songs. And then Rick Springfield's coming out to this other venue, and it's like these people are in their 50s, 60s, it's like you could stay at home, I'm sure, but no, they want to be out doing their thing,
I don't know
but
how they can.
huh?
I don't know how they can. I can't even do yard work, man, without hurting.
I know, but um what gets me are examples of the thing like Corey Feldman. They go after his character, make him seem weird, and so nobody believes anything he has to say. Well, they did the same thing to Kirk Cameron and Sinead O'Connor. And it's like if you look up back in the day in the 80s or whenever Sinead O'Connor tore the picture of the Pope on Saturday Night Live, and they all like, oh, she's out. They totally like whatever they call it, doxed her. She's done. But you look up, she was singing a song about child trafficking and child abuse and saying that the Pope was complacent within this
Mhm.
situation. So why wouldn't we look into that and go after the investigating of the children? No, let's just blacklist her, mock her, and make her not marketable. Same thing with Kirk Cameron. And you look at Kirk Cameron, his life, the things that he's done, what an outstanding human being. To this day, he's still doing stuff that just I absolutely adore, and it gives me strength and hope. But they made him to seem like, ran him out of Hollywood. He's a weirdo. He doesn't want to be with some girl who posed in Playboy. He's so righteous and this, and they made him seem crazy. But he was telling his truth. And Corey Feldman tried, and they did the same thing to him.
Yeah, it's sad. Oh, man, I was trying to find this song. Um, gosh darn it. Mm, I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's been like popping up like on TikTok and stuff.
Is it the popular one about the kids missing? And I'll find you. The one that makes me cry every single time I hear it and think of these kids.
Something about it's just like basically saying what's been going on with like that's in the Epstein files and stuff, like with the I'll have to look it up. I don't want to like spend more time pausing and trying to think of stuff while I'm like my brain is like, "Burp." but um, but yeah, like but other kids like Drake Bell, who was on Drake and Josh or whatever, what I think it was on a Disney Channel or Nickelodeon or whatever. He also has come out and said that how he was abused um and you think about like Justin Bieber and
Oh,
that one just is so sad.
breaks my heart. And Will Smith's son.
hmm Yeah, I can't.
So sad.
Yeah,
So
and there's
sad.
a lot of people and people that knew too much that ended up dead, like Aaron Carter, Chester Benningfield, Chris Cornell, Kurt Cobain is now. I've heard that that case may reopen as a homicide.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Brittany Murphy, I'm sure she didn't really die of pneumonia. And when you think about most of these people, if they didn't unalive themselves, they got pneumonia. Corey
Or
Haim.
they unalived themselves from a doorknob.
Yeah.
Bourdain, Anthony Bourdain,
Yeah.
Kate Spade.
Yep. And then you look at these other ones that are starting to spiral, and like Miley Cyrus, changed her look, or is it even the real Miley Cyrus?
Oh, I know, right?
Because she looks nothing like how she did, and only because her eyes look sunk in, and like so does Ariana Grande. Like her image has changed, and it's just they're just kind of creepy looking. I hate to say it that way, but they just don't look like themselves, and they
I
don't
know,
look.
and I'm not sure if there's certain pictures that they pick. Ariana Grande, it's not, because I've seen her in a lot of interviews. She's definitely has an eating disorder she has a problem. Okay. But she always was a thin girl. But when you're that thin and then you look like you lost 20 pounds, there's a problem. But Miley Cyrus, that picture that they're doing, I'm not sure that's not doctored, because I've seen her in other stuff and she's such a beauty. But when they do that, the that one with her and the bones are so stark,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
then
that's what I'm saying. Like they look
here,
skeletal.
yeah. But there's not a repeat. I haven't seen repeat pictures of her. Ariana, I have.
Yeah.
She's just has, and then they call it Ozempic face, so you don't know, like they have no
Mhm.
more fat in their face at all.
Well, I think people like the Osbournes,
Mm-hmm.
then we talk about Ozempic because they flat out admitted that they took Ozempic, and you look at how much weight like Kelly Osbourne lost. She's so skinny, she's not even recognizable.
I don't
You know?
recognize her. I can't. I've even looked at her over and over and over. I cannot. I just can't get the image in my head.
Mm-mm. And Sharon, she looks so different also.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um what's his name? The son.
Jack.
Jack. He looks good. I mean, I wouldn't say that he overdid it, he looks good. He looks healthy still. So yeah, it's just crazy the stuff that people put themselves through, and it's like, what's going on? You know?
Well,
Britney
I think
Spears.
what was the show? I'm not a TV person that much. But what was the show where the guy, his name was Joey, and he went, whoa,
Woo! Yeah, Joey Lawrence.
Joey
That
Lawrence.
was on oh, God, man, I can't think of the name of it. I watched this
Blossom.
podcast. Yeah, Blossom. I
Okay.
watched the podcast. They have the Brotherly Love podcast.
Okay, so his brother, I'm seeing that he's coming out saying that he was called to do all these interviews and told to take off his clothes, and he was like, no.
Oh, yeah.
And then he would get fired. So the thing
Matt,
is,
I think that was Matt.
I don't.
Matthew Lawrence, the middle
Yeah,
one.
yeah. But think about it. So he mentioned, I don't remember which one it was, but a movie that he said he wouldn't do that for. But then you're like, so the next person who got that part did it,
Mhm.
and it's like even Cat Williams, he's always talking about it. Like, nope, I
Mhm.
wouldn't do this, I wouldn't do that, and it's like it's so terrible because and someone did. They've been
Oh,
doing this a long time.
there's a show out, called Homeland, and, I think it's on the Angel channel, but the main character in that, I just saw him speaking about how kinda like he got blacklisted from Hollywood,
Hmm.
and because he refused to do a love scene, I guess, like, undress, do, like, anything like that. He told me, he's like, "I won't do it. I will not do it." And, so if I have to do that, then I guess so if he ended up not getting the part, but then it's like he wouldn't get offered any other, um, parts for anything because of that, I guess,
Hmm.
but yeah, so now he's doing that. But I think, that's on, like, a Christian network, so, you know.
Yeah.
I notice a lot of actors that's, like, another one that is actually, a good one. You know which ones are good and which ones are bad now because just they're starting to speak out, like Mel Gibson, what's his name from the Cheers show, and he had his own show,
Oh, Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer.
Hmm.
Yeah, and he too, and Roseanne, she's very outspoken about everything that's been going on, and she's been saying this stuff's been going on, and she's, like, very, very outspoken about it. Like,
Kirstie
this is
Alley
what
was before she passed.
Really?
Oh yeah, she was big on
I did not know that. I would
bucking
think
the
being
system. Oh yeah, she was.
'cause I would think with Scientology, those that are up high rank, like Tom Cruise, they and,
Kurt
what's his face?
Is John Travolta Scientology? Yeah, she was good friends with him. Very good
Mhm.
friends with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she was huge on Twitter during COVID
Mhm.
and before she passed away, and she was on target, and she was on the money. She was on the same wavelength as the rest of us, and you
Wow.
know, devastating. Yeah.
Well, that's good to know because I really liked her.
Yeah, I did too.
So,
She was a smart lady.
alright,
Beautiful
well,
lady too. Man, she was
yeah.
beautiful.
Alright, let's
But
see.
interesting enough, I have it written down on my paper. I want to say it again. Yeah, Matt Lauer, you're such a little, ugh, to sit there and to try and mock him after the things that you
Mhm.
did, and then you just went MIA, which you should have because of what you did.
Well,
And it's just nasty. It shows you they're nasty. They have control issues, and they think they can get away with anything.
now I need to know 'cause, right now at the top of my head, I don't know what Matt Lauer did.
Oh, I believe he, same thing as the casting couch. He made all his little interns do him favors, and he had a little thing under his desk that locked the door. So when they came in, he could just push the little thing and it would lock the door.
Wow.
Yeah, he was quite
Oh.
the little, whatever you call it.
Jerky
Well,
old
there's
man.
lots of things you can call it, but
Mhm.
yeah. And there, at least one lady came out. Now, I do also believe that you have to have control over your own actions also. So, but the general idea was that he was using his influence, intimidating the people trying to get into the business that were working for him for sexual favors, and then if they didn't, they were not getting promoted or being able to move on. I'm not
Mm.
sure if they were interns and they weren't in the business yet or whatever, but there's people that say, well, then you just walk away and you don't get in that business. And yeah, that's easy or said than done.
Well,
Because,
also, something just popped in my head.
yes,
There's so many actors that actually walked away from the whole acting business. Like, they probably did a show or 2 or something, and that was pretty popular back in the day, but then it's like you just never seen them again. Like, uh,
the Dukes of
Christy
Hazards people.
Christy McNichol,
Oh, I loved her.
like a lot of those people, um, they just like the ones from Facts of Life. I mean, it's like you
Oh,
don't see
Joe, I
any.
love them too. I loved
Mhm.
all of them. You know what? And Christy McNichols had a brother,
Yeah,
Jimmy or whatever, and then the girl Joe, I don't know her real name, but from Fast Life, she had a brother too.
Nancy McKeon. That
Yeah.
that was her brother. Was from the show Alice.
Yes. He has since passed away. Bless
Yeah.
his but yes, those two girls I had just adored, and then I adored their brothers too. I thought, oh well, they were just like the cutest siblings ever.
Mhm.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
want to go back.
We go back.
I know.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Think about all that stuff and like people that you really admired as actors and it's like they're not in the scene anymore. They're not acting. They quit. They went off and did their own thing or went to school. Look at the kid that used to be in Tool Time. Jonathan, I can't think of his name.
Something Taylor.
Yeah. And he went off and went to school and I don't know what he was doing, but there's some people that just went and did something. The younger one too, the one that played the younger brother. Um, I saw him on a interview not long ago, and I can't remember what it is that he said that he was doing, but it's just like it's good to see like them go and do like something that's productive, but like totally not what you expect.
What about those? These were my kids' age, but the Zach and Cody, The Good Life.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Those
I love
boys,
those guys.
yeah, they went to
Well,
college.
yeah, only one of them still is acting,
Yeah,
and he was
but they
in
went. Yeah,
and then the other one, I think he quit acting.
yeah, you went to college, and that was
Mhm.
adorable. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
adorable.
Yeah, and I think there was a lot of controversy on the set on that show too.
I'm sure.
It's like there's so much deep diving we need to do on some of
I
these things
know.
because it's like there's so many kids that were affected and it's like now, um, you know, more truth's coming out on like especially people that just kinda just, like, suddenly die of pneumonia or unaliving themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody had, um, doubts on Kurt Cobain, people were questioning it then, maybe what's her Courtney Love probably had something to do with it, who knows? She might be involved in that whole, uh
I
list.
don't know, when there's that much money and that much drugs involved, who knows? But you know what I think of, and I'm not, there's nowhere close to the fact that I'm going to remember this person's name, but it was one of the cutie pie little boys on Little House on the Prairie, and he was on Love Boat, and I can't, dark brown hair,
Was it
and
Matthew Broderick? Not
no,
Broderick. Um, um, yeah, the weird last name. He had a brother. The brothers were both on Little House on the Prairie.
I don't know, but it was just the one I remember. But anyway, he's on TikTok and he does like stories of when he was younger and acting and stuff. And they're very cute. And I like that you at least think some of the people didn't have trauma going
Mhm.
through, acting. And that was probably more people whose parents were present and really focusing.
Mhm. Yeah. All right. Well, we better get moving along on this thing. All right. Let's see.
Took the time to understand the importance of that ideal until now, until I became the victim of false allegations. And the willingness of others to believe and exploit the worst before they have had the chance to hear the truth. Because...
Tell him, Michael.
Mhm.
Thank you. Oh, I love you.
We love you.
I love you more.
Oh.
Because not only am I presumed to be innocent, I am innocent. And I know that the truth will be my salvation.
You know, I saw a video a guy posted the other day on TikTok, and he's like, you know, I feel bad for not believing Michael because he was one of the ones that was like believing that he was guilty and that he was a pedophile and
Mm.
and all this stuff. And he's like, after seeing the Epstein list and or stuff that was listed in there, um, he's like, he felt bad. He's like, when really he was just trying to save them kids. You know, I hear this jingle and I thought the cat was in here. I'm looking around. It was my
I
ears.
I think it's really sad how the media and whoever the powers that be of any information that goes in front of us, it goes after these people and they
Mm.
make you believe. At the time that was happening with Michael Jackson, I wasn't very involved in watching TV or keeping up to date with any of that information. So I wasn't in tune totally to what was going on. And I'm one who um, I'm not there. I can't judge. I have no information or idea. So I'm not going to get involved with it. But now that it's pretty far in the past and I've looked at more things, I do believe that he was not what they said he was. And I think it was a tragic loss. I think he was an outstanding human being and a one of a kind in this world. And almost like we just didn't deserve him anymore.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's terrible. And I remember the day that hearing that he had passed. And yeah, I mean, it's like, it's just, and okay. And Farrah Fawcett died the same day that Michael Jackson did, but she kind of got overshadowed because when Michael passed it right after, it was like announced, a couple
Mhm.
hours later after Farrah Fawcett, and so that's why I remember this day because it was like, man, I remember hearing about her, and then a couple hours later, it's like, oh, Michael Jackson is unresponsive, he's in the hospital, whatever, and then they pronounced him, you know, gone, and it's like, wow, we lost an icon, you know? And it's so sad too, thinking back, like in the 80s, he would never come to Arizona and do a concert because, the way that the radio stations treated him like Dave Pratt, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah, KPD was horrible. They even made up that song about him, you know? So it's
Yeah,
sad.
that's too bad. But
Can't
I
remember.
feel like we had recorded, I don't know if it was like his 30th anniversary or 35th anniversary, and it had like Britney, NSYNC, or maybe not even all of NSYNC, maybe Justin, and then like a bunch of different artists, and it was so awesome. It was so awesome. And it was when like kind of not when you had to put a VHS and record. It was like you could record it on your TV
Oh,
and save. Yeah, I know. It's so weird, but we could just go in and watch it, but we would play it all the time and watch it. It was so good. All the artists dancing. I have to look up what it was, but all the artists dancing and yeah, it was. Who's the guitar player guy with the long hair and the big hat?
Oh, Slash,
Slash. He was there.
Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, Guns. It was amazing. It was really cool. It was a good show. But I have to look it up. But back in the day, I don't remember what it was called. But
I don't know either. I can't think. All right. Oh gosh, I'm getting tired. I'm like, ugh. Let me add this last one.
Michael Jackson was protecting the kids all along. Now, for the past few days, I've been reading the files, the documents. You know what I'm talking about. And let me just say, some of the things I read, I wish I wouldn't have read it, especially because of the mental images about certain people and what are in those files, but I digress on that. But Michael was taking the kids allegedly to Neverland to protect them against the ones that were accusing him of what they were doing. Let that sink in. Not one moment during any of that Michael nonsense did I feel that he did anything wrong. That was based on intuition, that was based on something here, but he was trying to protect them. And it makes sense. Corey Feldman, Aaron Carter, Macaulay Culkin, multiple other kids were all saying he was innocent, but everyone just said, oh, they've been paid off, and nope, they're lying. They were all protecting him because he was protecting the kids from the people that were accusing him of doing just what they were doing. This is absolutely insane. Like, have you read the files, the documents, we'll call them documents? Have you heard this about Michael? Like, I literally saw an interview with his sister LaToya where she said that he told her, I'm afraid they're gonna unalive me, and she didn't believe him. These documents are deep, 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 deep. Let me know what you think. Did you read them? Have you heard the story? And like and follow for more because, whoa.
Yep. It's crazy.
I forgot
Oh.
Aaron Carter also,
Mm-hmm.
along with Feldman and Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah. And I don't know if I see so much, and I hear so much, I read so much, I can't keep track of anything anymore. And it's like if I'm not writing it down, it's like my brain is just on overload of information. And I saw or heard something about where Justin Bieber may have said, like it's too bad he didn't choose to go with Michael instead of Diddy as his guardian. You know, it's something like that. I mean, it's like God. It just makes me sick.
It makes me sick.
It's just
And that's why
I know I'm just like so lost for words, and I feel like I've just been like this whole episode because I'm like I don't even know what to say about all this stuff about with Michael. I feel horrible the way that he was treated. I feel bad that he went through what he did. I feel bad for these kids that um have endured all of this pain and suffering that they've gone through and the mental um health issues that it's caused, for them. And it, it's I don't know. I don't even know what to
and
say.
they chew them up and spit them out. That's what makes me so angry is like these
Mhm.
kids do what they think they're supposed to do or what adults want them to do. And then they're a flash in the pan and they're just used up. And it's
Mhm.
terrible. And it's like watching that video of Michael playing with those kids and letting them push them in the pool and all that. And you're thinking, yeah, he was getting to have the childhood,
Mhm.
that he didn't get to have, let alone trying to allow these children to have that childhood also.
Oh,
And
yeah.
again, Aaron Carter is another big one. It's like you've got all these big names that were big stars, and they said absolutely not. He was there doing right with them, not doing anything wrong. So,
Mhm. And I think Michael was such a pushover. Like,
mhm.
he was so soft-spoken. He was just
Yeah.
kinda like, you know, way, like, chill,
Mhm.
relax. I mean, it's like, okay, seriously, I can't even imagine him being like, "Come here, little boy," you know?
Right.
That's like, how?
Right.
Them kids could probably kick his butt, you know?
Yeah.
Seriously, because he was so small and fragile.
Hmm. And
I just
gentle.
Yeah, and it's like if they all felt threatened by him, they could have all just ganged up on him. I mean, or even just one of them could take him on, I'm sure. I just don't believe the stuff that was said, and it's heartbreaking.
It is. It's terrible. And it's terrible that it all goes back to the parents.
Mhm.
So, well, there's two things: the manipulation of the media, because did they ever interview Macaulay Culkin, Aaron Carter, or Feldman's parents? Which I think all three of those sets of parents were a little wackadoo, if I recall.
Oh,
But
yeah, I think they were, like, against Michael. They were, like
yeah,
I
or,
think, were probably being paid off, like,
right,
you gotta
right.
know
Or
this
they
is
were
what
thinking,
happened."
oh, who cares what happened to my kid? This is a score. This will be big money,
Mhm.
because I know that all three, I don't know about Feldman, but the other two, they were, like distant from their parents for a while because their parents were using them for
Mhm.
their talent and their money. So, but you look back at like Drew Barrymore, the cocaine at 8 or whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
parents, hello, that is Hollywood is sick. They're sick, sick, sick. Can't even go to the movies anymore because I cannot support any.
Yeah.
I never went to the movies that much anyway, but every time I'm like, nope, gross. Yeah, they're gross.
Mhm.
So, I pray for those children and people involved in that kind of life, and hope that the Epstein files bring some truth out. And I'd like to know when the arrests are going to start happening.
Right. Well, they say if they were to take down everybody that's in the Epstein files, the everything would collapse.
That's okay.
So,
Let it.
it's
Let it.
like a lot of people are like, "It's time to start fresh. It's time to start
Amen.
over,"
Let it.
you
Let
know?
Hollywood fail. Let the government fail. And you know what else? They're not going to need Hollywood in 2 minutes anyway, because AI is going to be making these movies. Nobody's going to care. You know what I mean? So good.
Yep.
Hollywood will not be these elite that can get away with anything that they want, harming children or doing
Mhm.
whatever, getting all this special treatment and being as disgusting and vile as they are. And
Yep.
then the government is next.
Well, the future is gonna be AI movies,
Mm-hmm.
AI music. People are already making music with AI.
Mm-hmm.
Bands, it's like, "Oh, who's this band?" "Oh, it's AI." It's not even a band, it's, like, not real, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And, crazy the way things are gonna go. You ever see the movie Idiocracy?
Do you think I saw the movie Idiocracy?
Probably not,
I
but,
never heard of it.
you know, I think it might be on, YouTube,
Okay.
but it Trevor and I had watched it, and, it was like, "What in the heck?" It's like the year 2050, and, okay, so, like, like, I don't know, they're, like, in the military, this guy and the girl or whatever, and they put them like, in a capsule to freeze them for I don't know, it was supposed to be I don't remember how long it was, but something happened, blah, blah, blah. Ha I don't remember how many years later, well, maybe it wasn't 2050. It might have been like somewhere 30, 50. I don't know. It was like 100 years oh, later or something that they end up popping out of the capsule and into a world that is like destroyed. It looks uh, like bombs destroyed the earth or whatever. I don't know. It just like everything is like it's something like you would see in Max. What's that? Can't think. The
Mad
Max.
Max.
Yeah, yeah, kind of that whole like doom and gloom environment. You land in the area that looks like that, and everything's just like not how you would remember it. But everyone there are so stupid.
Oh gosh.
They're all idiots. Like they don't know nothing because think about it. Think about all the kids and then their kids, the education and how the technology has taken over that
So once the technology is destroyed and they're left to their own devices, literally, they can't do anything
they
because
don't know what.
technology was doing it for them.
Yeah. So it's like, you know,
I could see that.
it's such a stupid movie, but it's like it's funny because it's the truth. I really believe that's what our future is gonna look like.
Well, think about a rotary phone. Give a rotary phone to a kid now, they'll be like, and all they have to say is,
Exactly.
"Hey
You're like,
Google, call so and so." And now,
how do you do this?
yeah,
I
what do
don't
I do?
understand.
Yeah, yeah,
What are these buttons for? Or
yeah.
what is the whole, what do you do? Yeah, that's exactly kind of picture something like that.
I'm a little mad that we don't have those 2025 pizzas that they had in Back to the Future when she took it out of the little package and it went ring in a few seconds. We don't
Yeah,
have those.
you know, that's crazy. Don't know what we're in for. I just know I won't be around to see it.
I know. I
Uh,
know.
uh, maybe I can be a time traveler and then
I don't
one
want
day.
to. And if anyone wants, no. And if anyone wants to put me in a pod, no. I want to meet my maker. I don't want to go in a pod. I don't want to come back later. I don't want to be one of the people that will help. No, no. No, 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 no.
And be like freeze dried
Nope.
till 2050 or well,
No.
we'll be like
No.
80 years old at that time anyway.
Yeah, I'll be like, please, I'd like to check out. Yes. I want to go to the pearly gates. I don't want to be here.
I think by whenever 100 years from now, the cars will be flying. It'll be like the Jetsons. Something. It's gonna
Except,
be
you know
all
what? In
robots.
the Jetsons, they actually flew the cars in the air, right?
Hmm.
Like these will have like Tesla. They'll be flying themselves. We won't have to actually
Right.
fly.
Well, yeah, I think it's something like that. But like, okay, remember like in the Jetsons, like, ooh, like they could talk and see each other on a TV screen. Well, boom, here we are.
I know.
That's
I
like
know.
that's a real thing now.
I know.
And robots
I know.
cleaning.
I want that robot to clean my house.
They got them in gas stations. I see them. They're out there going wet floor, and mopping or cleaning the
There's
floor.
one. There's one at a restaurant we go to, and it brings out the people's food. It's pretty
Well,
funny.
DoorDash is delivering with their little roboted cars now.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it's like I think facial recognition or something that makes it open to be able to get your food. I don't know. I've never had that kind of delivery before,
That's
but
crazy.
think about that. You got DoorDash robot delivery that it's going to take away people's jobs from being able to make money delivering food. You and I'll tell you what, a freaking drone delivered an Amazon package one day and we couldn't figure I'm like, why is our package right in the middle of the yard? It's like anybody could just walk by and take it. But we could see like this like where had the propeller was spinning, like it kind of cleared that little circle. So yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And
And
then
what if
so
you're
you got
walking down the street and that drone's carrying a big old package, knocks you on the head, just smack you
I'm like,
with it.
okay, it just drops it in the middle of the freaking yard. What if someone's standing there
Or
and
what
they're
if
like,
the sprinklers are on? Or, what if your dog's sitting there and it just like drops this package on them? Oh my God,
I
that's
have
gonna be so
I'm
weird.
like, I have a spot for my packages. That's where I want it dropped off, not in the middle of my yard.
Right? That's so I that's freaky. I have not
Mhm.
seen that yet. And then the robot food delivery I haven't seen either, but you're right. Everybody's going to lose their job. Elon Musk said that no one will work in the future. That, robots will do everything. And um
They're already building cars.
right, and then that DoorDash robot won't spit in your food cuz you only left them $5 instead of whatever they thought they deserved.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, do you tip the robot? I mean, like, how does that work? I
Yeah.
don't I'm not ever gonna do it, but
No,
we'd rather just go pick up
the
our own
robot
food.
doesn't need no, the robot will never file workman's comp, never steal from you, don't have to give it breaks and vacation and, PTO. It's
Mhm. And
more efficient.
I mean, it's like, really, they could do, like you know how people have to do data entry? It's like, you're like, "Oh, I gotta" you're typing everything that somebody else wrote down. Well, now they you just probably put it through a scanner. Boom, it's all done.
Yep. Mhm.
We won't have jobs.
I
So
do
it's
that
like, what
now.
happens?
I do that now. I take things that I don't understand and I upload them to Grok and be like, "Can you explain this to me? Is this, that, or this?" And boom, just shows it. Done
Wow.
it with all kinds of things. Yep,
Yeah, who knows? You don't have to look anything up anymore, just ask Grok
I
or
know.
ask ChatGPT, which I
Yeah.
don't have. I refuse to get, but I'm
I
surprised I even got Grok, but only got it
why
'cause it's
what's
like
wrong with the Chat GPT? I had it for like a day and then I just use Grok, so I deleted it.
yeah. I don't know, I've just heard, like and I'm sure it still applies to, like, Grok too, but, like, with ChatGPT, I've heard that, anything that you put into it is, like, there forever. So you gotta be careful what you ask it because it can be used against you later in life or for whatever.
All right. I think I know Grok remembers some conversations, but also you can have several different conversations, like one here, one here, one here. But it actually cracks me up when it says something from a previous conversation.
Hmm.
Like it will remember something. I think it's hilarious. It probably won't be hilarious when it says, "Why do you keep asking me how to do tax evasion? You're going to prison." You know?
Well, think about it. Okay. Anything that you put in there is probably monitored by the government. Just like anything you Google, they can go and look
Oh
everything
yeah.
up that you've ever looked up. When
Mhm.
people are searching on how to make this or that or whatever to try to
Mhm, I know
somebody.
what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's like they know, and it's like all where do you think all the Epstein files come from?
Yeah.
It's
That's
probably
the
like how many people actually print out all of those emails and saved them? They go back into the memory, and here's another thing too.
the
It's like
NHS.
everything that like you got to add more to your cloud because you don't have enough room in your cloud. Well, I don't really care to save anything into my cloud. You know what I mean? Because okay, here's an instance. So the whole lady Nancy Guthrie that's missing
Hmm.
in Arizona. So they couldn't bring up any of the video footage from her cameras because it wasn't in the cloud. So she probably, you have to subscribe to these camera things
Hmm.
if you want your stuff saved into a cloud. Otherwise, like we just have the SD card, but so you can just record over it or whatever. But with the cloud, it's there forever. You know, they can go and get anything they want. Everything we do, there is no hiding anything. And then, and plus, it's like, okay, so now they've got this guy that came up to the door. They see who he is. They finally was able to dig it out of the something. And so they got this guy that's wearing a mask and gloves and how he's dressed and everything's covered except for, he's got a face mask on that has just the eyes and the mouth. So think about how are you opening your phone? How do you open up all the apps that you use?
Face ID.
Face ID, face, so it's looking at your eyes really. And so I'm sure at some point AI could probably find out who that person is just by their
I
eyes.
already saw people doing it. People were saying to Grok, take off the mask and tell me what he would look like. And it's like, oh my gosh, you're not kidding. And they
Mhm.
can do that. It goes through all points and the same thing. You know how we used to open the phone with your thumb? It's like
Yep.
your
Your
thumbprint, which
fingerprint.
went on file already a million different places. But
Yep.
no, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, they found a glove, whether or not it's the one that that person was wearing or not, but, hopefully maybe they can get some DNA out of there and figure it out, you know?
Terrifying.
I can't believe it's taking this long for them. I think they waited way too long to get the FBI involved to begin with. So when Trump came forward and be like, "Okay, we're sending all of our resources, blah blah blah," and then bam, okay, now they got a video of the alleged suspect or whatever. Um, but here's my thoughts on it. I think
What
the
do you think?
I'm thinking I think that the son-in-law had something to do with it, and maybe his band members that he was in a band with,
Oh,
because maybe something, something, something. I think he knows something, and
see,
maybe
I'm thinking more of the closer to Mexico. Like they're so close to Mexico. Like maybe it's a cartel kind of.
mm, yeah, I don't know. I mean, why would they target her?
What? Not only that, like they have lots of money. Like $6 million isn't a lot of money to the cartel. You know what I mean? You're not doing
Yeah,
like,
all those people that live in those homes out there, those are all like $1 million homes.
yeah, they
So I
are.
mean, but why? Why would they target an 84-year-old woman who
I
can't
know. And do they think
really?
she's gonna be able to walk through the desert with them? I mean, it's kind of ridiculous.
Right. And and then it's like obviously it's not even about the money because,
Here
you
we are.
know, it's like those the hostage or the whatever you call it, the letters that they've been writing,
Ransom.
ransom notes. We don't even really even know any of the detail of those. No one's really saying anything. Why were they sending them to TMZ?
I know. TMZ of all places.
It's like if you're sending a ransom note, you send it to the person that you want to have it. So
And
why is it
in
going
it to
to?
TMC, that's like the biggest gossip place in the whole world. So you wanted this to be a big shenanigan show. And there
Yeah,
was
and then the
no
first the
no
first
under the
ransom was a
radar.
fake. The
Hmm?
first one was a fake, and they arrested that person. From what I understand, the person that sent it.
Hmm.
But I don't know. The whole thing. That's why I'm like, it's. I don't. Oh, gosh, I haven't really said anything or even wanted to cover this whole thing because there's so much misinformation around, and you got too many people involved in all of this that are reporting wrong information, so you don't know what's true or what's not true anymore. The sheriff is just ah, like he didn't even know what he was talking about in the beginning. It's like, oh, I've never done a case like this before. Well,
First of
they,
all, get someone who has. Second of all, don't admit that to the whole world.
yeah,
You know,
get some outside agencies in there, and so finally they do that, and then or get a little bit further on the thing, but still, there's
how's it
no
going, sir? Well, I don't know. I've never done this before.
yeah. And then did you see like last night? Uh, they detained somebody that they pulled over, and so then they detain him. They go to the house of where he lives or his mother-in-law's house, and they like kicked in the door.
Uh-oh.
I think she wasn't home. So when she came back, she's like, "What's going on? All these cop cars are there. They're searching her house." And she's like, "Don't you have to have a search warrant for this?" And they're like, well, no, because now he's a suspect. So this is where he lives. They were searching the car. It was like a whole, I mean, this is like 20 miles from the border.
Yeah,
Some
and tell me
Rio
why.
Rico. Huh?
Tell me why it's that someone delivered a pizza.
Well,
Did,
and here's the thing too, is like,
did you see that?
well, that guy, the one that they detained, also delivers for DoorDash. So I don't
He
know if that's the same one or not, or if it
that
was somebody.
delivered the pizza.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
don't
and
know.
then today they delivered flowers. And they just had a big truck, and the lady's walking up there with this big bunch of flowers going by the mailbox. Yeah, go into the crime scene and dump some crap to, confuse everybody. It's like, who sent flowers, first of all, and who delivered them? I
Okay.
mean,
And this is like another reason why when you get social media is a nightmare when it comes to stuff like this.
yeah.
Because then everybody wants to play jokes, and whether or not this
Oh,
is,
yeah. If you're
either
a
people are
reporter,
either doing that or the person who took her is messing with them.
yeah. Or maybe a reporter who wanted to get closer to the scene pretended to be a flower delivery person. I don't know. It's like maybe they say, hey, I'll give you $100 to drive me in and let me deliver the flowers. It's your flower company, but I'm gonna go walking up there because I want to
Mhm.
get closer to the scene. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. It's a freaking crime scene and they're delivering pizza and flowers.
Yeah, I don't know. It's getting nuts. I just hope I hope it gets solved, whatever it is. I'm like, I don't even know what to believe anymore.
I hope it was okay. This is I just hope it's like, okay, this is really turned into a kind of a
The circus.
yeah, thank you. And let's just bring grandma home and then everyone will be happy. And just bring her home and she'll be okay.
Alive.
A lot.
Alive.
Yes, they'll just bring her home because they're like, we're sorry, grandma. This became a mess. We're gonna safely drop you over here and let you get picked up and go home.
Mhm.
I'm sure that's not what's gonna happen, but I believe that she's sitting with Charlie Kirk right now. Um, you know, in a secret bunker and they're alive and well. That's
In
just
Valhalla.
there you go in Valhalla. I hate this stuff. I just hate it, and it makes me so
Mhm.
sad. And just bring poor 84-year-old grandma home.
Mhm.
You
Well,
know,
like that's what I'm saying. I like all this stuff that yeah, don't know what to believe anymore. Don't know what's really going on. And this is just a circus, and no one knows what they're talking about. Everybody's got a different story to tell.
right?
All we how about the truth? The truth would be nice.
Yeah, we don't get that very often.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess on that note, since we went way off topic, but I mean, it is what it is. We just keep on talking freely. That's what we do.
We're like that old game, Pong. Pew, 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 pew.
Hey, we talk about what we're talking about, and we talk about other things as well.
Yeah, well, that is the truth right there.
Mm-hmm.
We
We're
talk
just
about
free.
stuff and then other stuff.
Yeah. We just freely change subjects whenever we want. We just keep talking freely.
And we're allowed.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're Rainy and Ray, and you've been watching or listening to Talking Freely, and we'll see you on the next episode. Peace.
Peace and love.